see.
Lambert?
Yeah.
Like Colbert?
Yeah. My grandparents, I think they were both, on my father's side, were both born in, I think in Canada.
Oh,
But
interesting.
I'm not sure. That the family tree goes, of course, to France, but they were French Canadian. They lived in Canada.
So were they in Quebec or somewhere else?
Yeah, they were farmers outside of, yeah.
Wow.
I visited some a distant uncle and aunt, and they were out in a farm outside of Quebec, and they were
Wow.
very poor, and the land that they had to farm was just covered with rocks.
Oh, it's rocky.
How they grew anything.
Oh.
But I was there when I was maybe 10 or something, so I just remembered that you had to use the outhouse.
Yeah, I remember those days.
And the rocks in the fields. So yeah.
Interesting. So I'm going to start with a song today, and this is a song that's on the CD that I'm going to play today. And we have sung it before, and it's very simple. It just goes, it repeats the same word over and over. And so the word is Shema, Shima, and in the Hopi language, it means love. So this song is just a chant about sending love into the world. Shema, 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 yeah. 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 So namaskar and good morning to everyone. I'm going to put this girl up. Sit. Sit. So today we're going to do some yoga, which will have a little bit of core work in it. Hopefully nothing too scary. So we'll come up into a standing position with the feet a little bit apart. As Deva Premal gets us started today, bringing the hand to the heart. Breathing in. Breathing out. So making those breaths nice and deep. Making the breaths nice and long. As we try to deepen the breath in the yoga practice. Using as much of the capacity of the lungs as we can to promote our lung health, our safeguard against viruses and all kinds of cooties that are going around this time of year. So since it's been a little bit dry lately, I thought we'd start off with making some snow. So we'll inhale this mudra up and spread the hands and twinkle the fingers and make it snow all the way down to the ground. Giving a touch to Mother Earth and bringing the hands together, coming all the way up and snowing our way to the sides and down. Coming down towards the feet, stretching those legs, and then we'll bring the hands together and come all the way up, and we're gonna snow down one more time. Snowing all the way down to Mother Earth. And staying down here just for a few more breaths. Breathing in and breathing out while we're folded over. Then inhaling the hands out to the sides and rising the body up. Coming up for the sun, bringing the hands a little bit together into mountain pose, snowy mountain. And imagining that the sun is rising in the morning and warming your mountain. So in the mornings, the sun starts at the top. And in the mountains, because a lot of them have snow on them, they just glow with that morning sunrise. The mountains glow and glitter. So imagining that that's what we are today. We're that shining mountain. So we're going to move from mountain to fountain. So turning in towards the left and coming down with the hands on the outside of the ankle and swiveling around in front of the feet. Coming to the other ankle and coming up. Gentle back bend here as we shift around to the other side and come down. Curving around the toes and then inhaling as we're coming up. Exhaling as we're circling around and down. Crossing the feet. Making sure we don't have any dust bunnies in between our toes. Circling around and shaking all those troubles off. Letting all those worries go. Releasing them into the universe. Gentle back bend as we come around. And this time as we come around to our toes, we'll switch directions. So we'll come back up the way that we came around. Gentle back bend as we shift in the hips. Come down to the ankles. Come around the toes once again. So taking our time, shifting in the body, in the joints, warming up all those joints. Coming up and like the sunrise, going down. And then we'll come around one or two more times. Shifting in the hips. Diving deeply down again. Coming around the toes. And then we'll come up. And as we come up to center, we'll bring the hands down to the heart. And take a few deep breaths. Breathing in and filling up those lungs. And then coming into a nice long exhale. Inhale, breathing in. Exhale slowly, so just letting a little bit out at a time so we can make a longer exhale breath. And then coming in one more time. Using the breath to calm the mind, calm the thoughts, and calm the nervous system. Bringing in that slow breath. So then we're going to come into the owl. So we'll take our left arm and come to our right shoulder and twist to the side, and then do the same on the other side. So we're bringing up our arm, bending the elbow, and twisting in the hips as we go from side to side. Trying to keep the weight over both legs the same so we're not swaying from side to side. We're turning the joints, keeping those joints active. And then we're going to go from the owl twist. And while we're doing this, we're trying to twist the head behind us, just like those owls do. They can really crank the head around. So we're going to do a little bit of that. And I'll try to refrain myself from owl languaging. Although you could all go hoo-hoo in your homes and I would never know. Yes, you would. And then we're going to let the arms stay low and twist from side to side. So we might be speeding it up a little bit as we twist from side to side. So nice to hear your voices interrupting the class. I can't tell you how excited I am. So please feel free to speak during class. Unmute thyself.
Unmute thyself.
Mm-hmm. So the next twist that we're going to do is we're going to take one arm backwards and then the other arm. So we're doing some back strokes here with alternating the arms. And again, we're shifting in the waist and the knees and the feet and the ankles. So all those joints are feeling us doing the backstroke. And then we're going to move from the alternate arm backstroke to doubles. So coordinating both arms, and I'm going to see if I can do this without contacting my lamp or chair. Inhaling up, exhaling as the arms fall behind us. And then we're going to do the exact same thing, only we're going to be swimming forward. So sometimes we don't do a lot of swimming in the winter.
Yeah.
So again, alternating those arms, those shoulders. Swimming away. Following the tides. And then we're going to do both arms again. So we're doing doubles forward. Bring in those arms forward. So then we'll slow down our pace and bring the hands back to the heart. Making that caring and connection stop. Always trying to come into that heartfulness place. Breathing long, breathing deep. Relaxing all of the 12 systems of the body with the breath. It's like giving your body a gift package. Breathing deeply. Breathing slowly. Oxygenating all those cells in the body. So then we'll take these, this mudra up, because we're going to take it to the side. And here we are holding the moon, holding that radiant one. And we can look down at the earth, giving a little turn to the neck while we breathe in and breathe out. Coming back to center. And once we're here, we're going to turn to the other side. So they've done studies, clinical studies, on just regular breathing and breathing with awareness. And there's a significant difference in the benefit to the body-mind when we breathe with awareness. Inhaling and coming front and center. So we're inviting that radiance of the moon into our hearts and into our minds. And then we're going to dive all the way down. Coming down to the feet. Here you can bend the knees a little bit. Breathing in and breathing out. Then we'll inhale the arms to the side and rise all the way up to capture our moon once again. And breathing in, we're going to come into a gentle back bend and lock that chin down. Locking the chin down, protecting the neck. Coming back to front and center. And then we're going to whirl those arms around and come down fairly quickly and zooming right back up and bringing the hands to the heart. So we'll try that moon series at least one more time. Inhaling the hands up. Taking them to the side, looking down at the earth. It's nice that we have nice weather to invite friends over to our porches or have some social things happening. Inhaling to the center. Imagining that you're in that dark night sky, shining your light and sharing it with other celestial bodies. Exhaling to the side, and again looking down at the earth. So the knees are soft. I want to make sure that our roots are soft. Inviting that softness into our hearts, into our minds. As things get complicated, inhaling back to the center. Exhaling and coming down, swan diving down to our toes. And just resting here and breathing once or twice. Fold it over ourselves. We want to be careful in life to be extra vigilant with our thoughts, inhaling and coming up. And just keeping those thoughts that serve us well. And then we're going to inhale into a gentle back bend, tying down that chin, nice long neck. Remember, just a little will do. And then we'll come front and center with that radiant one who's filling us up with that light. Imagining light shining from every cell in the body. And then we're going to turn those arms around and come down. And swing back up again and bring those hands down, sealing that movement with a Namaskar kiss. Breathing in, breathing out. So then we're going to go from this into lightning. So raising the arms above the head, having that contact with the clear blue sky. It's just like our hands are plugging into the sky. And we have that form of the lightning, that zigzag. Breathing in and breathing out, and we can feel that electricity come down through our fingers and arms, through the trunk and torso, and out through the feet. Of course, there is horizontal lightning, but we'll do that one another day. We're just going to do vertical lightning today. And then we're going to come into chair. So in chair pose, we pull that tailbone in. We extend the arms like the arms of a chair. Sitting down into a little squat. Talking to your knees and finding out what's a comfortable squat for you. And then we're going to do some chair pumps while we're here in chair pose. And so chair pumps are inhaling with the arms extended, straightening the legs and pulling the arms in on the exhale. Inhaling, coming out, squatting. Exhale and pulling in. So you can feel your abs tightening a little bit when you do this. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Tightening those abs and core muscles. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Then we're going to come into chair pose one more time. So we want to make sure those knees are tracking straight ahead. Sometimes they wander to the sides. And then we're going to exhale down, bringing those hands behind us into a ski lift, or ski jump, I should say, where we're getting ready to come out of the chute. And it could be a deeper squat. So we're really getting into those leg muscles. Sweeping those arms up, front and center, once again. Coming into Snowy Mountain, and we'll try this sequence one more time. Exhaling down into lightning. Feeling that power of the storm coming down your limbs and out your feet. Breathing with awareness. Feeling that breath as it comes in. Feeling the breath as it goes out. Lowering the arms and coming into chair pose. You might want to straighten for a minute and then come down into that again. So we're pulling that tailbone in. So pulling in the Muladhara Bandha, the Uddiyana Bandha, and the throat bandha, Jalandhara. Locking all these three areas of the body. So we're tightening those nerve fibers in those areas. Being that seat of compassion, always looking for ways in which we can help others. And in helping others, we help ourselves. I've even heard about people baking cookies and putting them on their neighbors' stoops. So sweet. And then coming all the way down, bringing the chest to the knees, and the arms are going behind us. So once again, we're shaking off our worries, shaking off our troubles, embracing all that's in life that's radiant. Inhaling, coming up, and then coming back to the heart. Breathing in, breathing out, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the mind. So then we're going to come into Warrior Two. So you can turn to either side because we're going to do them both. So one foot, the lead foot is pointing out straight in front of you. And then that is bisecting that back foot. So both the feet are on the same line. We're going to bring the hands to the heart. So we're facing the side a little bit. Inhaling and bringing those arms out, exhaling into that front knee. Embracing that firmness, sometimes being the warrior spirit, spiritual warrior. You need to stay strong with what you know is best for the well-being of all. So there's some points on which we can't be compromising. There's some points in which we want to stand firm. So, medical benefits for all, good health for all. That's shelter for all. Those are the beginning points. Inhaling, straightening the leg, bringing the hands back to the heart. How can we come out of this with a better and more compassionate world? Inhaling, sweeping those wings out, exhaling into that front knee. Looking over that sword arm, feeling where your back arm is, because we want to keep that up. That's the hand that sinks down a little bit. Inhaling the leg up in front, and then we're going to lunge a little bit forward with that front sword arm, and we're going to come down. So we're moving from Warrior Two to Trikonasana. One arm towards the earth, one arm towards the sky. Breathing in, Breathing out, imagining that breath going through your feet and anchoring your being on Mother Earth. Exhaling through the feet. Then we're going to inhale and come up. And this time we're going to put the hands on the waist and we're going to turn towards the front, but we're not going to move the feet. So see if you can keep the feet in the same position. Then we're going to take the opposite hand and put it across that leg as we twist around to the best of our ability to the other side completely. So we're revolving around. And this catches us off balance a little bit, as the world does to us every minute of every day. So keeping our balance as we're revolving and pressing those feet into the earth. Breathing in, breathing out. Having our hand over our leg. Keep that twist around the belly going. And then we'll bring the arms slowly front and center. And then we'll turn them towards the side. And once again, we're going to exhale into that front knee. Embodying that stance of the spiritual warrior and having a softness in your heart, but a firmness about the well-being of all. Not allowing exploitation of any family members in our global family. So then we're going to straighten that leg, come to the center. We're actually going to parallel the feet up with the arms coming back and the hands coming back to the heart. So we're going to do the same series on the other side. So I'm going to turn around, but you can just stay where you are. Seeing that lead foot, making sure that your foundation position is going to sustain you. One foot going towards the opposite wall and the back foot on a diagonal, coming up with the hands to the heart, making that heart connection once again. Sweeping those arms open on the inhale, exhaling into that front leg. Looking over that sword arm, having that sense of determination, recharging your mental batteries to be courageous, stay safe. Oh, and here she goes with the song that we sang earlier. Then we're going to straighten that front leg, drop the hands down, bring them back to the heart. Plugging into that love. Wanting to stay in touch with that caring and connection through difficult times. Inhaling those wings up, and we're going to come into warrior again. Holding on to that courage, that determination that warriors need. And then we're going to transition. So we're going to straighten the front leg, lean a little bit forward, and that hand is going to come down. One hand pointed towards the earth, one hand in the sky. And so this is our lives, how can we be spiritual beings in human form? So we always want to have one hand in the earth, one hand in the spiritual. Keeping that going, shining our hearts. And we're still breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhaling and coming up. And then as we're coming up again, we're going to put the hands on the hips and face forward without moving the feet if we can. And then we're going to twist a little bit further. So I'm putting my hand on the other side of this front leg. So I can twist just a little bit more to the side. And sometimes you can really feel those legs digging in. So those legs are trying to be supportive. They are working hard. As we turn around the belly, maintain our breath awareness, maintain our position, and then we're going to bring those arms out and slowly swivel towards the front, and then we'll keep swiveling to the side and bringing those hands into the heart once again. Straight legs, turn towards the side, breathing in, breathing out. Taking that inner courage of the warrior as we navigate our way through each day. Navigating with love. So we're going to sweep those arms up once again. Exhale into that front knee. Looking over that front sword arm as if we're ready for a new day. Challenging life. Bring what you may. I'm a spiritual warrior. I'm ready. Breathing in, breathing out. Then we're going to exhale that front leg long, lunge forward one more time and come back with one arm towards the earth, one arm towards the sky. Planting the divine in our hearts. Shining our hearts with that love. Holding on to that caring and connection, even though there's a lot of chaos out there, but it's starting to settle. Inhaling and rising up. Placing the hands on the waist, and then we're going to twist forward to start with, and then we're going to twist to the side. So opposite hand to the opposite leg, twisting all the way around the other side, around the belly. So I have one hand on the waist and one hand on the opposite leg. Revolving around the body. So even when we get turned around, even when we get revolved, the word evolve is in revolve. Again, spreading those wings, coming towards the center, continuing on to the side, dropping them down and bringing the hands back to the heart. So then we're going to hop those legs back to each other and just maybe take a few steps with the legs. So then we're going to, I don't know where you like to do your balance poses. I can back into the wall here. You might be going into a doorway. So let me show you the pose that we're going to do today, which is eagle. So having the back into the wall or into the doorway. You'll cross one foot over the knee, and then we're going to bend down into the knee. So that leg is a little bit away from the wall. And then we're going to bring the arms up. And whatever leg is on top, that's the arm that's underneath the other arm. Twisting the arms around. So if you need to move somewhere that's away from your camera, you can. Remembering that your feet are a little bit of a distance away from the wall, because you are going to want to sit. You are going to want to sit. Same hand, same leg. Hand goes underneath. And the backs of the hands can touch each other, coming into eagle. Breathing while we're in it. And whenever you've had enough, you can slide back up. Raise those wings up high. And then as we're raising them down, you can cross the leg over on top of that foot. Same hand as this leg on top, on the bottom. And again, bringing those hands, the back of the hands together. Coming into eagle pose. Feeling that stretch in the hips, that stretch in the legs. Being free like the eagle, flying in the mountain peaks. Inhaling whenever you need to, and then we'll do this again. So we'll do this maybe 4 times today. Bringing those wings down, getting your feet set up. Leg on top, I'm going to use that arm on the bottom. And Deva Premal is still singing the song of love. So your foot can be up or your foot can be down. Bringing those wings up whenever you're transitioning out. And down whenever you're coming down into the seated position. So how can we be free in times of restricted movements? Breathing in, breathing out, maybe sliding up and letting those wings fly once again. Coming back down, coming back to the heart. Feeling that heartbeat. Coming in touch with that caring and connection to all living beings. Breathing that in. Breathing that out. So then we're going to come into a sideways position. I'm still at the wall. So in this position, I'm going to have my hands on the hips, on the waist, and we're going to repeat Tula Dand, which we did last week. So for this one, I'll put my elbow, the tip of my elbow, right into the wall. Breathing in, and as I breathe out, I'm lifting that outside leg. Trying to keep these hips level, because we're going to put our cup of tea there. And sometimes with that elbow in the wall, we can bring that back leg up a little bit higher than we might normally do. But at the same time, maintaining that neutrality, that levelness, the equanimity in the glutes. We don't want to bring it way up because we can. We want to work those muscles in the leg. Pulling the neck up or the chin up so the head isn't slouching forward. And then on the inhale breath, bringing that leg up and lifting that heart, shining that heart. So then we'll turn around to the other side. And once again, find a position where that elbow may come into contact with the wall, or if you want to pull it away from the wall, you can do that as well. So finding a sustainable foundation. Maybe shifting the weight towards that inside foot, because we want to lift the outside foot. You can put the outer foot on the big toe first before you lift it, just to give that remaining foot that's steadying your being a chance to get used to the change. And when you're in it, sometimes you can scoot, just half an inch away from the wall. So you can play with that, coming a little bit away from the wall. And hopefully you're not running into furniture like I am. Breathing in, breathing out, feeling those muscles work. And then when you're ready, bring that back foot in, and we'll come down onto the earth. So coming down onto the floor with our soles together, the soles of our feet, making sure that the back is nice and vertical, that the heart is shining, the shoulders are back. And you can sit upright or you can fold forward and maybe dome that back. Rainbow that back. What's that quote I sent out today? Be a rainbow in somebody's cloudy day today. How can you be that rainbow? Being the rainbow, embracing the spirit of the rainbow, which of course they just appear when the precipitation is just right. Usually the sky is dark when the rainbow appears. So doming over the heart, kind of we're protecting the heart in turtle pose. Giving the heart a rest. Breathing in, breathing out with the tension. Sometimes you can charge the breath. So like breathing in hope, breathing out courage, sending those vibrations into our communities wherever we are. Strengthening the communities where we live through the vibration of our breath, through that intention in the mind and heart. Breathing in, breathing out. Coming in touch with that inner divine, planting that in our heart. So then we'll slowly walk the hands so that we're seated upright. And we're going to bring our left leg on a diagonal. And then I'm crossing my right leg over that as much as I possibly can. So then I'm going to take my right arm and tour it around behind me. And the left arm, I'm gonna raise up to the sky. And I'm either gonna bring the elbow down on top of my knee or on the other side of my knee. And I'm twisting around my belly. So we're taking this hand, we're waving to all the living beings, to all our neighbors on this side. Trying to keep the back erect, keeping the spine vertical as we're twisting around our tummies. Breathing in and breathing out, even though the lungs are a little compressed in the twist. So we stretch the lungs when we twist. So then we're going to take our waving hand and send it up to the sky, bring it down to the ground. And while we're here with both our hands planted in the back, we're going to switch our feet out. So we're going to put the other leg on a diagonal and cross my other leg on top of it with the knee bent. So we're going to take the opposite arm from this leg. So I have my left leg up, taking the other arm, and I'm going around this and either landing on the knee somewhere with the elbow or in front of the knee. So either way is fine, twisting around that belly, twisting all our troubles and worries out as we wave to all of our neighbors on this side. Hello, dears. Making those connections. People in my neighborhood are much friendlier, much more friendlier these days. Twisting to the side, lifting our hearts up. Always lifting that heart. And then we're going to lift this hand. So we're going to send that waving arm up. Still waving maybe, and then coming down to the side. We're going to unfurl our legs and maybe bounce them a little bit. So bouncing those knees on our mats. And then making a V shape with our legs so my ankles are off my mat. And now I'm into the chair again, of course. And bringing the arms out, bringing our wings up. And we're going to take the opposite hand and let it saw off that little toe. And you may reach it or you may not reach it. Sliding the arms around and trying to saw off this little toe. And we will do this going back and forth. Exhaling as we're sawing. Inhaling as we're shining the heart. And going after it again. So I think in the old days, they used to actually do this so women could fit into these ridiculous shoes. Hopefully we're not doing that anymore. Shining the heart. And then coming down to the other toe. And so you might be floating above that foot, and that's fine because this is just strengthening the back. And then we'll go around one more time to the other side, and then come back to seated position. So I'm getting ready to go on our knees. So we're going to be doing the high kneel. So always bring a folded blanket or a pillow over so you have a second if you want to support your knees in any way. So I'm going to put this blanket under my knees and come into a high kneel position. Bringing the hands to the heart. So beginning each pose with that intention of caring and connection, sending it into the world and into our own beings at the same time. So we're going to do a rabbit pose, inhaling these wings up and over the head like we do in mountain, bringing the arms back down, and then they follow our hips because we're folding down. They come down to the knees and then they go around the lower part of the leg as we bring the crown to the ground. Resting on top of the crown of our heads. Breathing in, breathing out. So the glutes are high, the bottom is up. It's not down on the legs, it's up in the air. Holding on to those legs, holding on to those calves because we're going to come up. So holding on there so we can inhale and come up. So this is really good for the back and the abs and the brain. So we hit them all at the same time. So from this pose, we're going to go into camel. In camel, we'll take our hand back to a heel, build that star in the sky. So we're coming back to the light. Always having our eye on the prize, on the light. Inhaling, bringing the hands together, and then they just pass each other as we go to the other ankle. So I curl my toes under for this, following that star. So we have a lot of celestial bodies activity in the skies this week. Inhaling and coming up. And as we come up, we're going to bring our left hand above us, our right arm behind us. And we're going to come down to the ground and slide that hand away from us as we bring the forehead down. Breathing in, breathing out. So on this version, the hips are down a little bit. So it's a variation of child's pose. And then we'll push off with that hand coming up into the air. And then we're going to switch these arms around. So the opposite arm comes up. The other arm goes behind, and we exhale, coming down towards the ground, sliding that hand away, bringing the forehead down. Surrendering our troubles, surrendering our worries, releasing those, inhaling and coming up. So the hand and arm are coming up right next to my head. And then I'm going to swivel the other arm out, coming into snowy mountain again, and I'm going to go down. So you can imagine that you're coming down at the foot of your teacher, your spiritual teacher, and you're releasing all your challenges, you're releasing all your worries, you're letting them go. Inhaling and rising up. So this is really good for the abs. Bringing the arms down, bringing the hands back to the heart. Once again, bringing these wings up and around. Back down. This time they just follow our thighs down to our knees, the knees down to our ankles, and the crown of the head is coming down to the ground. So you can kind of push your weight into the crown. The hips are coming up. Hips are higher than the head. Pressing into that head, electrifying the brain. Keeping the hands on the lower leg, or you can put the hand on the ground. and push yourself up with your hands. Coming back up with one arm in the sky, one arm in the earth. Once again, as we come into the camel, we're lifting our heart, smiling as we're building that star in the dark sky. How do we build that light in the darkness? And then the hands will magically come together and they'll pass. As we'll come into camel and star again. Imagining the camel caravans going across the sand in the deserts at night. Following the star. Inhaling back up the center, bringing those hands back to the heart. And this time we're going to do both the hands coming up, both the hands coming down. So we're zigzagging back down to the ground, down to our teacher, bringing the hips down, bringing the hands down, opening the hands and releasing all the challenges, all the disappointments into the world. And then we're going to slide those hands next to our knees. So one hand is next to each knee. And we're going to push ourselves up. Here we go again. Arms over the head, hands coming down to the heart. So then we're going to come down to Bhujangasana. So if you have a blanket, you can move it off to the side. And come all the way down. Oh, good, I can fit in the shot. This is great. So we're coming down with our head in between the hands. And when we first inhale and come up, we're going to lift the hands off the mat. So in this first position of cobra, we come up very, very little. Very little. Hands are floating above the earth. We're engaging that deep part of the lower back, and then we're going to exhale and come slowly back down. So the hands will come into the mat. The head will come into the mat. Then inhaling again, we're going to lift the hands off the mat. So we're just engaging the abs and those lower spine muscles. And sometimes when I come down, I like to rotate my hands like pancakes so the palms are up. So I'm not putting pressure on those hands. Burying the forehead in the mat again. So inhaling and coming up, this time maybe sliding your forearms forward as we come up into Sphinx, being that ancient statue. We have lots of ancient statues on the earth. Breathing in, breathing out. Maybe the eyes, without moving the chin, are looking at the ceiling. So exercising the eyes, looking up. And then exhaling and coming down. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then we'll come up one more time. So you can slide the arms forward, or you can come up on the hands. Be mindful of your back. Be careful that we just want to stretch it. Don't come up to your highest point. Just want to stretch the back and exhale and escalator down. With your face into the mat. Breathing in And breathing out. So while we are here with the head into the mat, we're going to bring our arms so that they're next, the hands are next to our hips rather. So the palms are down. And on the inhale, keeping our heads into the mat, we're gonna lift our legs. Lifting both those legs. Don't listen to the ego about how high they should be. Just lift the legs. Keeping the forehead in the earth. Breathing in, breathing out. And then bring those legs down. So we'll try this 2 more times, keeping the forehead in the earth. Big inhale breath and lift those legs. Can you lift the knees and the legs? Keeping them up, breathing in, breathing out. And then drop those legs down. Breathing in and out, and then we're going to give it 1 more try. So taking a deep inhale breath and lift those legs again. So we're trying to lift the feet and the knees. Doesn't need to be far. Just do what you can. Keep breathing. I don't want to call 911, and then exhale down. And then allow the body just to melt and puddle into the earth for a minute. So then we're going to come into a tabletop. So coming into tabletop with our starfish hands here. I think I'm going to turn to the side. Our 2 starfish hands are here, shoulder width apart, and the knees. So we're going to make a valley with the back. And then dome the back, pulling that navel up to the spine. Inhaling, making a valley once again. And then doming the back. So next we're going to take that left leg and bring that knee to the elbow and send it behind us a couple times. Sending that leg out, swinging that leg from the elbow behind us. And then this time we're going to leave the leg behind us. And we're going to bend the knee, and we're going to pump it up 2 or 3 times. Well, actually, maybe 5 or 6 times. Pushing that leg up. And then bringing that leg into the elbow once again, and sending it straight behind. And then bending that knee, and we'll pump it up 3 or 4 times. Tightening those core muscles, and then one last time, bringing it to the elbow and back and down. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Initially just bringing the knee to the elbow and sliding it behind. Doing that like 3 times. And on the 3rd time, hold the leg there and bend the knee and pump that leg up 5 or 6 times. And then when you're done, bringing that knee into the elbow and sweeping that leg out. Coming back to the center. Breathing in, breathing out. So then we're going to come to a cross-legged position. Moving from the cross-legged position to lying on our backs. As we lie on our backs, straightening the legs and bringing one knee into the chest, squeezing it right into the back, into the thorax. And then we're going to send that foot to the ceiling and we're going to tick it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on that 5th level, holding that, breathing in and out. As we kind of stretch that core muscle a little bit and muscle the legs. And then you can bring it all the way down to the ground and let it relax. Inhaling the other knee up into the chest, wrapping the fingers around it, and pulling that knee into the ribs again. And you can feel it. You can feel that pressure going into the thorax and out the back. And then we're going to do the same thing here. So we're going to send that foot up to the ceiling. So our toes are not pointed, it's a flat foot. And then we're going to tick it down once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and on 5, we're just going to hold that for a breath or 2. Breathing through that. And then lowering it to the ground. So now we're getting ready to do both legs. And so when I do both legs, because it's going to be harder, I like to put my hands underneath my tailbone. I stack them on top of each other. I straighten out my legs, and then I bring them both up to the ceiling. 1, 2, so we're ticking them up to the ceiling, and then we're just going to let them fall into the chest. Feeling that relaxing sensation in the back, and then sending those feet back up to the ceiling. And then we're going to tick them down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to hold them. Breathing in, breathing out, and then we're going to take them down to the ground. Letting the whole body relax on the earth. Cuddling into the earth. So then we're going to bend the knees, putting the soles of the feet into the ground, and we're going to raise the legs up. At the same time, we're going to raise the head just a little bit, like maybe an inch or 2, and raising the arms. And then putting everything back down. And we're going to do it again. We're going to raise the legs up, raising the arms and the head just a little bit. Engaging those abdominal muscles, those core muscles. So if you want to, you can have one right leg straight, one left leg bent. And then we're going to lift the right leg up, lifting the head and the arms up. And then send everything down. On the next time, we're going to bend the right leg, have the left leg out straight. On the inhale breath, we're going to lift that leg to the ceiling, lift the head and the arms. Just remember, it's just an inch. And then we're going to send the legs and arms back down. So then we're going to bend both knees so that both soles of the feet are into the floor. And we're gonna raise everything. So are you ready? Here we go. Inhaling with the breath and the arms, and then we're gonna send the feet up to the sky. Just bring the head up a little bit. Let's not strain the neck. And then exhale the bent leg, the feet into the ground. And then I want everyone to turn their neck to the left and the right, just to make sure that those muscles are not strained. Oh, I'm gonna check the time. Oh. So then we'll come into a deep relaxation pose. So your legs can be bent at the knees and maybe leaning into each other, or they can be straight, or whatever position sounds good for you for deep relaxation. Finding a comfortable pose. So Shavasana is often called the corpse pose. Although I have a friend of mine who says that deep relaxation should be just like your body is a pile of clothes and you're just putting the clothes on the floor for a while. Just relaxing the body. Remembering to only keep those thoughts in the heart and in the mind which serve you well, which are going to take you the distance. Baba Nam Kevalam, 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 Baba Nam Kevala Baba Nam Kevala Baba Nam Kevala Baba Nam Kevala Shiva, 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 Baba, Nam, Deva, Baba, Nam, Deva, Baba, Nam, Deva, Baba, Nam, Deva, Shiva, 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 Baba, Nam, Kevala, Baba, Nam, Kevala, Baba, Nam, Kevala, Baba, Nam, Shiva, 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 Nam, Kevala, Baba, Nam, Kevala, Baba, Nam, Kevala, Baba, Nam, Kevala, Shiva, 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 May you be free from suffering. May you be free from pain. May you know that you are loved. Namaskar. Thank you for coming.